Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're for the first time, welcome back if you've been following. So you can probably tell we're still a little sick. This has been a whole week, but we're doing it. So I decided, I was looking up fun ways to choose books, and one of them said choose books by color, and I've never done this before. So today, for this video, we chose books that are blue in literary fiction. I'm kind of excited. I know, you think I would have chosen pink because that's my favorite color, but there's a book I really wanted to read and it was blue, so I was like, let's choose blue. The first one, Life of Pi. I decided to read this. I'm not gonna lie, I was assigned to me in high school, but I didn't want to read it because I had heard some things, and so I just listened to summaries. But this time I actually read it. This is a story about a guy named Pi Patel. Sorry, my nose is so itchy, guys. From India. His dad's a zookeeper in India. So yeah, he tells of, I mean, there's a little bit of a story there, but most of it is his journey to Canada because they're moving. So at first, it does kind of talk about his life there. Religion is brought into this a little bit. One thing you guys need to know, he decided he's a Hindu, Islam. His religions are Hindu, Islam, and he's a Christian. All three. Like, he wanted to be baptized. He has a prayer rug. Like, and he goes to all things for like all the religions. And people have a problem with that because they're like, you can't be a Hindu and be in the religion Islam and a Christian. Like, you just can't. I think that's important to know because he's always like bringing that in and praying to like all these different people. But mostly his parents decided to move to Canada, so they saw most of the animals. But while they're traveling on a Japanese ship, I don't know why they'd be on a Japanese ship going to Canada, but they are, and something happens, it sinks. So he finds himself in this lifeboat for a long time, and there are several animals. At first, a hyena, an orangutan, a zebra, and a tiger, because there were some animals on the ship. But then, you know, it's animals. So I think the zebra is the first one eaten, and the orangutan, then the hyena. And so Pi's like, I'm next. Like, there's a 450-pound freaking Bengal tiger on the lifeboat with me, like I'm dead. So it's just his story about, I guess, essentially how he tames a tiger. And how he survives, because it's like several months on this raft, on this lifeboat in the sea. He does at one point find an island, but for reasons I don't want to spoil, they have to leave the island. And then the last part of the book is him talking to some investigators that want to figure out what exactly happened to the ship to make it sink, and he's like the sole survivor. It's a poor guy. Not only did he have to deal with the trauma of being on a lifeboat with a tiger and all those animals, Um, he has to deal with the fact that his whole I'm sorry, of course this coughing fit would happen, like why I'm filming. Anyway, he has to deal with he had a father and a mother and a brother, and they're all dead. So that's really sad. It is an interesting story. It deals with wild animals, so know that there are some gruesome parts. And at the end, the part with the investigator, they don't believe him. They're like, there's no way that you could survive on this life raft with a freaking 450-pound Bengal tiger. Like, he would have eaten you. And so at the end, Pi kind of tells him a different story just involving people. So it's kind of fascinating. And he's like, anyway, you'd have to read it. It's a good book. I've also seen the movie. If I want to remember from the movie, it's pretty accurate. But 5 out of 5. I mean, I too am like, there's no way you survive on this life raft. But I guess you have to think about the fact that he grew up in a zoo. And I know, like, a wild animal is a wild animal, but he still knows how to, like, what am I trying to say? He, like, knows how to deal with them. Yeah. So that is Life of Pi by Jan Martel. 5 out of 5. Go read it. Know that, yeah, you're dealing with wild animals, so it is a little gruesome at parts. There were also some parts where you just wanted it to be over because you're like, you've been on this freaking life raft forever. Sorry. I have to blow my nose. Okay. Second one I read that is blue is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This is a story about Hazel Grace. She's diagnosed with cancer. And yeah, mom talks into going to a support group. She ends up meeting Augustus Waters at the support group. Romance. It's one of those sad but good endings, I guess. I don't know, at the same time. I don't even know what to say about this, but it's kind of their romance, yeah. And about her life dealing with cancer. Yeah. Know that there is some language in it. I feel like it was well written. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would change about it. Well, obviously the ending. I would have liked like a Notebook ending where they at least die in each other's arms or something. But that did not happen. But still 5 out of 5. It's a quick read, so I think you would enjoy it if you want a quick romance. Yeah. And that is it for this week. Thank you for dealing with my itchy nose and blowing and hacking and coughing. But those are my blue books. So yeah. We have a couple more weeks in November, so stay tuned for those. If you like this, give it a big thumbs up. I would love to hear your thoughts on this book, so please comment. Especially on Life of Pi. I'd love to know which story you think is a real story. In Fault in Our Stars, if you've battled with cancer or know someone who has, I would love to hear your thoughts on if you think it was authentic. I mean, I think it was. Who really knows? If you're new, don't forget to hit that notification button and subscribe button. First, subscribe, then notification. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm a preschool teacher, so I do a children's book. And then Saturdays, I do books for me. I was planning on reading one more book, but it didn't happen because I've been sick, so I've been sleeping a lot. I've been meaning to read, but then you just find yourself sleeping. Yeah, instead of reading, you wake up and you're like, dang it. But yeah, I was just say I'd love to hear from you, so love to hear your thoughts on these books. And I've seen both of these movies. In fact, after I read The Fault in Our Stars, I had to watch the movie again because it had been a while. But yeah, until next time, bye.